Hi, it's Ashley Latta here. I'm speaking to you today from my training centre here in North Manchester, and it's a beautiful sunny day. I just come back from the dentistry show at the NEC at Birmingham at the weekend, and it was a brilliant show. Met lots of new people, did 2 great presentations which were well attended, so I'm in a really good mood. But one of the questions that a client came up to me and said, Ashley, if you had 5 books that I should read, I'm going on holiday, what would they be? And it's a question actually I get asked all the time. So I thought today, in today's Lunch and Learn, I would personally share with you 5 of my favourite books that you ought to read that will make a significant difference, not just to your thinking and the way you communicate to people, but possibly a little bit of life-changing as well. So the first book I'd like to talk to you today about is called this book here, which is called Don't Wait for the Tooth Fairy by Ashley Latta. No, I'm only joking, but I had to get it in, didn't I? But possibly my favourite book of all time and the most important book, which I talk about all the time, is this book here, which is called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Some of you will know I worked for Dale Carnegie for 9 years and used to sell, promote and deliver their courses all over the world. And this is I think it's actually about the 3rd biggest selling book of all time. And whatever we have to do every single day, day in, day out, we have to influence, we have to build relationships with people, whether it be patients, whether it be clients, whether it be our internal people. And this basically is the Bible. There's 36 human relation principles. It does exactly what it says on the tin, how to win friends and influence people, and everyone really should read that book. In fact, if you're asking me, if I was a business owner, I'd buy that book for everybody in the team and review it at team meetings. So it's a really, really excellent book. So number 1 is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Book number 2 is this one here. It's called Influence by Professor Robert Cialdini. I'll show you that again. It's got a funny surname, so it's Cialdini. That's Cialdini. And Robert Cialdini talks about, in this book, 7 different strategies for terms of influence. One of my favourite principles in that book is called the law of reciprocation. And basically what the law of reciprocation basically says, that if you do something for somebody that's so far better than they expected, they really want to do something back for you. And that's just a brilliant story. So if you really do exceed your patients or clients' expectations, you'll be surprised at how much they actually want to do for you. So if you hand things like referral cards, ask for video testimonials and things like that, they really will want to do those for you. So that's a brilliant book, 7 Laws of Communication. And there's a great story in there, by the way, of a jewelry store in Hawaii, and it talks about a pricing concept which every dentist should read. So that second book there is called Influence by Robert Cialdini. The 3rd book, another Dale Carnegie book, which is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Probably just as good, if not better, than How to Win Friends and Influence People. Whether you suffer with worry or stress or not, that's just a brilliant book to read. One of the principles I live every single day is, what's the very, very worst thing that can happen? So if you're ever making a decision or want to move forward with a new change, or maybe you're making a big commitment in your life, always ask yourself, what's the very, very, very worst thing that can happen? But in there, again, there's tons and tons and tons of principles, real common sense principles that will help you reduce the stress and worry in your life. And even if you don't have stress in your life, you probably have people that work for you that do, and you need to be coaching them as well. So it's a brilliant book to read. Book number 4 is The Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy is a marketing guru based in America, really one of my heroes. And every single day you need to obviously selling your ideas by speaking. This book is about how to sell your ideas in writing. So brilliant book to read, great concepts for your websites, whether ever you send out anything by letter or email to your clients. There's great tips in that book there. And the final book is this book here called Good to Great by Jim Collins. And it talks about and gives you real proven strategies that how good companies get to be really great companies. One of the principles in the book, which I live and tell my clients about, is that if you really want to have a successful practice or business, you really need to have the right people on the bus. Not necessarily the right people in the right positions, but the right people. And it's well worth reading that book just for that chapter alone. There's also a great story about an athlete on the cottage cheese story. So well worth reading that book as well. So there's 5 books. I hope you found this useful. These are 5 brilliant books to read every day on your holiday around the beach. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I hope you'll buy one of those books at least, and it will make a big impact in your life as well. So this is Ashley signing off on this Lunch and Learn. Have a great week.